Hello, everybody. This is Coach Fred, and I want to welcome you to the Habit of Health Lifestyle Hutchinson presentation. And today we're going to be talking about the diet mentality or the yo-yo. First of all, what is a diet mentality? Well, if you know what a yo-yo is, you kind of have a good idea what a diet mentality is. Look out for the yo-yo. Is this the yo-yo? Well, it's a yo-yo, but it's not the one we're talking about. Now, if you don't know who this is, that dates you. You're young. All right, what is the yo-yo? All right, here's what it is. This is where, in the first picture there, a person has some reason that they want to get healthy, the reason they want to lose weight. Doctor might be telling you that you're borderline diabetic, your blood pressure's up, your cholesterol's up, probably not as good health as what you used to be, and then you have intense emotional conflict, and I'm going to do something about this, I'm going to get into action. So then we get into action, we start doing eating properly, we start doing some exercise, and once you kind of lose a little bit of weight, then the stress that got you started on the program in the first place goes away. You have less emotional conflict, so maybe you don't go exercising, maybe you make some wrong choices on foods, so there's less action, and then you're back to the old habits again, and then we're back to the doctor, same problem. That's what we call the yo-yo. That's what we call the oscillating structure. That's what we call the rocking chair. Back and forth, never progressing. Have you ever started over for the umpteenth time? I have, and I tell you, I don't like it. So what can we do about it? One thing that might help is think of your future self 5, 10 years from now. Are the decisions that you're making today going to help you get where you want to be 5, 10 years from now? If they're not, then what do we need to do? What do we need to do? Let's see if we can answer that question. Now the yo-yo or the yo-yo is caused by when you're focused on weight loss. I have to lose weight by the 15th of next month for when the reunion is. That's what causes it, when you're focused on the weight loss only and not about the health. This is where people start and they stop all the time. Frequent cheating. 85% of diets fail. People gain the weight back within 2 years, that or more. I was that guy before I got started on this program. I was that guy, and I lost weight 20, 30 pounds every year before I go see my doctor, and I get out of there and I say, oh boy, I get to do what I want. And I'd gain it back. I never did get the old habits down pat until I finally learned the habits of health. Have you ever said, I'm already out of fat burn? Might as well go ahead and eat what I want. I'll get started Monday. I'll get started a week from Monday. I'll get started next month. Maybe next January. Have you ever done that? I have. And another one is eating to eliminate a problem. I want to eliminate this obesity. I don't like the way my clothes fit. So that's what people do. They get on a program because of the things they don't like. one of the solutions that you can do for the yo-yo is to focus on creating health. Instead of focusing on the weight you need to lose, focus on creating health, getting to a goal that you want to accomplish. My goal, if you watch any of my videos, know that my goal is to hike the Grand Canyon this October. That's my goal. That keeps me focused on what I need to eat, on the exercise I need to do, the way I treat my body, because it's not easy climbing down 5,000 feet down over several miles to get to the Colorado River and then come back up. It's optional to go down, but mandatory to come back up. Another one is, if you're always on program of some sort, then you're bound to do better, because you got to have a plan. Decide whether being healthy is something you want to do. In other words, is starting and stopping again something that you really want to do over and over again, or do you want to stay focused on your program, whatever your program may be, whether it be the 5 and 1, the 4 and 2, or the 3 and 3. You can visit with your health coach about that. Some sort of nutrition plan. You want to stay on the plan. Always be on a plan, have a plan, work a plan. And if you're intrinsically motivated, or mindfulness, this is important. Intrinsically motivated means that you have it's inside of you what you want to do. It's actually a part of you of what you want to accomplish. When you're like this, then you're mindful of what you're doing with your body, what the food you're putting in there, what exercise you're doing, how you feel mentally. These things are all important. And if you're intrinsically motivated and you got goals and you have a plan, one bite's not going to trigger a binge. Dr. A says that after 1 or 2 bites, the next bites are not near as intense as the first one. So a person can actually eat a bite or 2 and not get into a binge. Now, binging is another subject we'll talk about at a different time, because I know a little bit about binging. So I'd like to share how to put an end to that. We talk about the solution is to create health, always advancing, always refining, learning, and growing. When we do something that works, we need to think about what went well, what did I learn, and what can I do to improve on this. So if you're always working towards creating health and you get to a goal, set a brand new goal. If you don't set a new goal, then it's too easy to get back into the old habits. Another thing that's really helpful is tap into all the kind of support and education resources that you have available. The more you understand about the habits of health and how they can help you achieve a longer lifespan, then that's what we need to do. In other words, making health a top priority. Now, this is an interesting chart here. This shows that the difference between a diet mentality and a health mentality. Diet mentality, they focus on food as the enemy rather than food as fuel. If you're thinking about food as fuel, just enough food to tide you over for a couple, 3 hours until your next meal, then it's much more healthy for you. The diet mentality, you're thinking about my bad habits rather than your good habits. You keep working on your good habits and they'll replace the bad habits. And things I'm doing temporarily rather than things I'm doing forever. This is the lifestyle change, using the habits of health. These are things that you're going to need to do forever. Now, you don't have to do them perfect, but you need to stay on top of it. And So not to do things temporarily like I used to do. Things that you don't like about yourself rather than things that you want for yourself. See the difference? If one is, well, I don't like that, I don't like this, I don't like the way my clothes fit, I don't like the way I feel about myself, my self-esteem is shot, rather than I want to get healthy, I want to be able to get on the floor and play with, in my case, great grandkids. I want, oh, in fact, maybe it's great grandkids. I'm not sure. Okay, next thing is the scale. Is the scale your enemy? A healthy person just makes daily good choices and not worry so much about the scale. If something starts to fit a little tight, you might check the scale again. And a person that's on a diet mentality has a finish line. I remember when I first got started on this program, my goal was to get down to 169, and then I'm going to have the biggest keg party, Mexican food party that you ever seen, and invite all my friends. By the time I had lost my weight, that having that party was no longer important. The alcohol was no longer a part of my life, because I knew that in order to maintain and continue to be on my lifelong journey, that I needed to stay with a healthy mentality. Here's some tips. A diet tool: rename your foods forward food or backward food. When you put something on your plate, is that a forward food that's going to help you to go forward towards the goal that you want to accomplish, or is it a backward food that's going to not help you get to your goals that you want to go accomplish? Backward to the feeling of unhealthy with the spike and crash, depleted feeling. You know how that feels. Do you want to go back to that? If that's on your plate, that's backward food. If you put some healthy protein and healthy veggies on your plate, that's forward food. It'll help you accomplish the goals you want to accomplish. Think of that. Another one is to invest time in the one thing you're certain to have for your whole life, and that's your body. You only get one body. You better take care of it. And a person that's healthy can actually live 10 to 15 years longer by having a healthy weight. So if you want to lose weight and never gain it back, you must change your mind. Realize that becoming educated about food, nutrition, and one little good habit at a time will bring about a great transformation. Check my transformation story on this channel. And know that healthy food prepared in a healthy way is one of the most powerful medicines that you can use. That's from the great philosopher Coach Fred, April of 2018. Okay. So I want to thank you very much for your taking a look at this, and I hope it was helpful with you. If you have any questions, sure and get in touch with me. If you like what I had to say, like it and share it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And again, I want to thank you for your time and taking a look at the Habits of Health Lifestyle Hutchinson. We're all about the same thing. We're all about creating health for ourselves. We're all about working together. Thank you now.